Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video. So in this video we will be looking at what are dictionaries in Python. So dictionaries are unordered mappings for storing the objects. Well, previously we have saw that how the list stores objects in an ordered sequence, while the dictionaries uses a key value pairing instead. So this key value pairing allows user to quickly grab the object without needing to know an index location of the item or exact index location of the item. So dictionaries uses the curly braces and colons to signify the keys and their associated values. As you can see on the screen, we have the dictionary started with the curly braces, and then we have a key, and then we have a colon, and then after that we have the associated values. So the rule for the key is that it should always be a string, while the values can be anything. It can be a float, it can be a string, it can also be a list or a dictionary as well. So now the question arises, so when to choose a list and when to choose a dictionary? So before answering that question, we need to understand how the dictionaries retrieve objects as well as how the list retrieves the object. So the dictionaries retrieves an object by using a key name, and at a place where we want to just call the key and we want to retrieve the value of that key, we will use the dictionaries. And also do note that wherever you need unordered data, like you don't want to sort that data and you don't want to know the exact index of that data, then you can use the dictionary, while the list retrieves an object by its location or its index, and also list stores the data in order sequence, and the list can also be used to index or slice the data, while the dictionary can't. So you can use the dictionary wherever you have values that are unsorted as well as unordered, and you want to just retrieve that data by just calling a key. And the list can be used for ordered sequence as in a place where you need to know the exact location of the item. So let's explore all of these concepts in Jupyter Notebook, and then we will understand exactly what a dictionary is. So in order to create a dictionary, you just write its name, and that would be my dictionary, and make it equal to the dictionary itself. So the dictionary always starts with a curly braces, and the first item or the first element of the dictionary is its key. You can name the key of the dictionary whatever you want, but always remember that the key of the dictionary should always be a string. So in my case it's key 1, and then we have a colon and then associative value with that key. So in my case the value of this key would be just value 1 or something silly like that. Then in order to separate this key value pair, you need to add a comma and then write another key value pair. So I can write key 2 and make it equal to value 2. And once I press shift and enter, the dictionary has been created. If I'm willing to print out this dictionary to the screen, I will just write my dictionary, and you can see the contents of the dictionary on your screen in the Jupyter Notebook. Now, if you are willing to retrieve a value associated with specific key, you can just do that by writing the name of the dictionary. In my case it would be my dictionary, and then pass the key of which you want to retrieve the value. So suppose I want to retrieve the value of key 1, I will just pass key 1 as an index to my dictionary, and press shift and enter. You will see that it will retrieve the value associated with key 1. If I'm willing to get the value of key 2, I will just pass the value of key 2, and I think I'm in insert mode, and let's go back, and you can see that I get the value of key 2. So this is the way how you can retrieve the specific value of a specific key. Now moving on forward to a real world example where you would really need a dictionary. Like suppose you have a scenario or you have a shop in which you have different prices of different items. So you can create a dictionary for that. Suppose I will name that dictionary price lookup and make it equal to something silly values like the first item in my store is apples. So I want to store its price as 2.99 or something silly like that. And the second item is oranges and the price of it is 1.99. And we have another item as milk, and it's indeed a key, so we need to provide it as a string, and let's make it equal to 5.40 or something like that. So once I'm done with this dictionary, once I'm done with creating this dictionary, I can press Shift and Enter. And if I'm willing to get the price of apple, so I will just write price lookup and call the apple key. So it will return 2.99, which is the value of apple key. And if I'm willing to get the oranges one, I will get the same thing, but instead of the apple, I will give it as oranges. Press Shift and Enter and you will see that it will return the value associated with oranges. So this was a little example how you can use the dictionaries in real world. Now moving forward towards explaining, like here I stored just the float value to this, like here I just assigned the float value to this apple, but you can, like the dictionary is very flexible in Python. You can also store a list as well as a dictionary, as well as integer, as well as string. You can just provide any value right over here. So let's see another example. And suppose I have a dictionary by the name of D, and whose first value is, or whose first key is K1, and its value is 123, which is an integer. And I have second key in the dictionary, which is K2, and the value of it is a list, which is 0, 1, 2. And I have another key in it, which is K3, and its value is a dictionary itself. As I said, you can store anything in a dictionary. You can store anything to the key of the dictionary, or you can assign any value. That could be a list, that could be a dictionary, or anything, you name it. So the value of the K3 would be a dictionary, and inside that dictionary, the inside key, let's make it really obvious and let's rename the key, the inside key, as inside key. And if I press Shift and Enter, you will see that the dictionary has been created. Now if I'm willing to get 1, 2, 3, so I can just write D and then the name of the key. So that would be K1. You can see that I get the 1, 2, 3. If I'm willing to get the K2, I can just do that by this. If I'm willing to grab this element, which is, if I'm willing to get this element, which is inside K2, and it's the first element because it's the 0 and it's the first element of the list, so I can just do that by writing K2 and the first element. Once I do that, you can see that I get 1. Now if I'm willing to grab this, so I can do that by writing D, K3, and I can just nest the other key, which is the inside. If I just get the K3, you would see that it will grab the entire dictionary for me. But if I'm just willing to get this 100, what I will do, I will just write inside, and I just misspelled, so let's just misspell it here too, so you will get the 100. So this is the way how you can get the nested element in a dictionary or in a list. It's pretty easy. In the start it will be a little difficult for you to wrap your head around, But if you work hard and if you try to do 3 or 4 examples, you will understand it, and later on in your programming career, it will be a really helpful thing for you to use. Let's move forward towards some more examples, and I hope everything will be clear for you. So suppose you have a dictionary by the name of D, and you made it equal to key 1, and the content of this key 1 is a list, and that list is A, B, C, and stuff like that. Suppose you're willing to sort this entire list. So how can you do that? Well, you can do that by writing D, and it would be key 1, and you can just call the function sort on it. So once you do that and press shift and enter, you would see that the entire list would be sorted. But because it was already sorted, let's make it C, A, and B. You press shift and enter, you come over here, you echo the list out, you can see that it's not sorted. Now you copy and paste and you sort the list right over here. You would see that now if I print it out, you can see that the list is sorted. So this is the way how you can sort the list inside a dictionary, and you can print it out. If you print the D out, you would see that the list is also sorted right over here as well. If you're willing to perform if you are willing to perform an operation just on the C, which is an element of the list, you can also do that by writing D, and the key name is key 1, and then you can provide an index which is 0, and you can perform an operation on that. Suppose you want to make it upper. So once you do that, you can see that the A would be printed. The A would get printed in uppercase or in capital letter. So moving forward towards how you can amend the value of a key in a dictionary, as well as how can you add another key. So suppose we have this key 1 inside this dictionary D, and I want to add another key as well. Like we don't have any other keys, so I can do that by writing key, and I can write key 2, I can write key 2 and make it equal to some int value as 1, 2, 3, press shift and enter, and if I print out the dictionary right now, you would see that the key 2 has been added. If you are willing to change the value of key 2 to suppose ABC, so you can just do the same thing right over here, and it's key 2, let's make it equal to string ABC, and you would see that the contents of the key 2 would be changed. So this is the way how you can change the value of a key, and this is the way how you can add. It's the same thing, but you just need to understand, if you write a key and assign it some value, if it's not in the dictionary right now, it will add it to the dictionary. If the key is already in the dictionary and you assign it the value again, it will just amend it. So this is just an example. So let's recap. This is the way how to create a dictionary. You can write the name of the dictionary, then assignment sign, and then write the key, and then a colon, and after the colon you can assign a value. The value can either be a string, a dictionary, a list, a tuple, anything you want, you can assign to the key, to the dictionary key. Then if you are willing to print the dictionary out, you can just do that by writing its name. If you're willing to echo out just its one key, you can just write the name of the dictionary, then square brackets, and then write the key name. A real world example of a dictionary could be storing the prices of some items in a store. and then echoing out whenever you need them. We have also seen how to store lists and dictionaries inside a dictionary and assign it to a key. We have also seen how to sort a list inside a dictionary, and we have also seen how to perform a specific operation on the element of a list inside a dictionary. And we have also seen how to add a key and how to amend a key. Now it's time to perform some more operations on the dictionaries, which is how can we list all of the keys of the dictionary. So in order to list all of the keys of the dictionary, you just have to write the name of the dictionary, then a dot, and then keys, and make it a function. Press Shift and Enter. You would see that it will print out all of the keys inside the dictionary. If you're willing to print all of the values of the dictionary, you can just write D and then values, and you need to add round brackets, and it will print out all of the values inside the dictionary ignoring the values. So in the first case it was ignoring the values and printing out the keys, and in the second case it was ignoring the keys and printing out the values. Now if you are willing to list all of the items of the dictionary, you just have to write d.items and press Shift and Enter, and you would see that it will list all of the items showing it in the form of key value pairs. And it's like right over here, you can see that it's showing us the value and the key in the form of a tuple. Well, you would say, what is a tuple? Well, it's coming up in the next video. We'll discuss all about tuples, how to create tuples, how to use them, how to perform different operations on them. But right now, just understand that if you write d.items, it will show you the data in the form of tuples. And this is pretty much it for this video. So one last time recap: if you're willing to create a dictionary, you can do it like that. If you're willing to print a specific key in it, you can do like that. You can also assign a list. You can also assign a list to the key of the dictionary as well as a dictionary itself. You can sort. You cannot sort the dictionary itself, but you can sort a list inside the dictionary. You can also perform a certain operation on an element inside the list in a dictionary, as well as a dictionary in a dictionary as well. So this is pretty much it for this video. I hope you did learn something new in this video. If you're willing to learn hacking as well as programming, this is the channel you need to follow. So do subscribe to my channel if you're interested in learning some content like that. So till next time, enjoy programming or hacking, whatever you are doing. Stay cheeky breeky. Peace out.